Okay, today it's Chapter 4, Section 2, European Nations Settle North America. So last we left off, we were learning about the Spanish and their conquests in South America and Central America up through Mexico and as far as California. Well, what about the rest of North America? So some other countries are going to make claims. They're looking for a western route to Asia, and they're going to try going through northern Canada, but that's not going to work. They're going to get stuck here in the Hudson Bay. Actually, their leader, Henry Hudson, will be left to die when he failed to discover a route to Asia. But what's going to result is that the French, the British, and also the Dutch are going to lay claims here in North America. So Canada will go to the French. That's why they speak French up there. The English will establish 13 colonies along the East Coast. And the Dutch are going to take New York, and the French will also take the middle part of North America. So we'll be talking about these countries in this section. So let's do that. So this area in North America that the French conquered, not a very original name, it's known as New France. And the French will explore and discover the St. Lawrence River, the area of Western Canada, Eastern Canada known as Quebec, the 5 Great Lakes, the Mississippi River, and Louisiana. So I'm sure you guys are familiar with the Great Lakes right here, and the St. Lawrence River, which empties out into the Atlantic Ocean. And then they also are going to explore the Mississippi River, which empties all the way out of the Gulf of Mexico in New Orleans. The main economic activity for the French was fur trading, so the large forests in North America providing an abundance of animals to trap for fur. The French also were busy founding colonies in Haiti, Martinique, and Guadeloupe. And the English were here as well. The first permanent English colony was in Jamestown, Virginia, which many of you may be familiar with the movie Pocahontas. And that's the first permanent British colony that was in 1607. 13 years later, the Pilgrims arrived, landing in Plymouth, Massachusetts, and they were actually aiming for Northern Virginia. The last place you want to go in mid-November is Massachusetts with no cover or shelter. But that's where they landed, and they established the second colony for the British. And the Pilgrims were seeking religious freedom from the Church of England. The settlers in Jamestown were mainly looking for gold, trying to get rich. Later on, 10 years later, the Puritans will settle Massachusetts Bay. They'll arrive in 1630. And once this influx of English come in, they are not going to stop, and they're going to keep pouring in. And of course, who will get pushed out of their lands? The Native Americans. The English are also going to establish colonies in Jamaica and Barbados. So here is an image of Jamestown, Virginia. Very crude fort. And many people in Jamestown died, over half the first year. And it wasn't until they were able to be profitable with tobacco that the colony really takes off. But smoking's bad, okay? And this is an image of Plymouth, Massachusetts. And for those of you that have ever been to Cape Cod, this is Cape Cod, and then the Plymouth, Massachusetts right here. And the Pilgrims will settle here in 1620. Okay, the people that are from the Netherlands are known as the Dutch, and as I said previously, Henry Hudson, he was looking for a northwest route to Asia. The Dutch land, also not very creative, was called New Netherland, and they're going to control the area that's today known as New York City. However, in 1664, the Duke of York of England, who was King Charles II's brother, defeated the Dutch, stole the land, so now it went from New Netherland to being called New York. How exciting, I know. And here is an image of the modern-day New York with Manhattan, the Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn, and Staten Island. And finally, we have the French and Indian War. Also known as the 7 Years' War, and we're going to talk a lot about this in class. This war was a turning point for the colonists living here in America. Um, so this was fought between the French and the British, and the Indians assisted the French, and the American colonists helped out the British. And as a result of this war, England is going to defeat France. We'll go back to the map, and with England beating France, they are going to get control of all of Canada and also the land between the Mississippi River and the Appalachian Mountains. And with all this new land that the British received, they had to find a way to pay for it. And the war was very expensive, and they were busy protecting the Americans from the Native American attacks. So this is a turning point in American history, because now the British are going to start taxing the colonists, which is something you guys should have learned in 8th grade. So we'll talk more about this in class, and your homework is to write 2 paragraphs. What did you find important or about this video if you're in the accelerated class, and 1 paragraph if you're in an academic class. All right, thank you.